in immorality, but you know, I hope I can be forgiven for that one day. But you know, I'm not a perfect person. Nobody is, right? We're all born into sin. Now, you're talking about a woolly mammoth that is a giant elephant of sorts. That's
of a beast, of an elephant.
Beast of an
elephant
animal.
came from the woolly mammoth. That's an
gonna
evolution. That's an evolution.
That's going to be brought back if it does be successful. If this animal ever gets out, you look at it. I mean,
you're looking at it.
Anything could happen.
You're looking at it. That's like I've said.
Anything could happen. But if everything goes well,
what they're really looking for amusement. They're looking for an exhibit, pretty much.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
They're looking for an exhibit. They're looking for amusement. They're looking for something that.
They're looking for something they can make money on, something new, something some people can go and see.
Yeah.
A lot of different things.
Yeah.
They're looking for something really, really new for people to look into. Look, it's something. If we could bring this back, what makes you think we could do other things? We can bring back people that died, maybe.
Dude,
we can clone them.
There's
we can
a lot
do anything
of things.
now. We bring back this animal that's been gone for millions of years, and if we can do this, we could bring back dinosaurs. We could bring back other animals that are starting to get extinct.
There's a lot of truth behind what we can do that we don't know. There's so many things, and did you know that the weather? Did you ever hear of Halo?
They can manipulate.
Did you ever hear of Halo?
No.
Not the video game?
Yeah, I had a Halo.
Halo is a weather machine.
Yeah,
supposedly,
they manipulate it. Yeah.
Supposedly,
they like to change it.
It can control the weather.
Yeah, and that's really.
I had a professor in school who had a very heavy Indian accent. Let me hear a little bit of your Indian accent. This pillow will knock you out.
Will knock you out?
It will knock you out. You lay down on the ghost pillow, it will knock you out. So he had a very heavy Indian accent. He's like, do you remember Sandy? Sandy was created by the government. The government created this huge storm as a test. It was a test to see how we would react because other countries have also this machine. Now this machine can create and change the weather. Now if you think about it, they closed all the tunnels and the bridges because they wanted to see. They closed the tunnels and the bridges. McDonald's, not funny.
Sound like a gay Indian.
He was gay? I don't know if he was gay, but he did have a bit of a light in his local accent. So he was very light in his pants.
Say he was deep.
No, not deep pack, not deep pack. So he was the type of guy. So you have to understand this was related to the government created this as a test. So when I said to him, you know, Professor, is this true? Why do you not believe me? I said, because it just sounds kind of crazy. Look it up on Google. Now Google is another thing that I can go on about because as a kid, me and my friend Sal, we used to sit and talk about, imagine we had things in our pockets that we would sit and have questions for each other as young kids, right? We come from a generation where we sat together and would say, man, who's that singer? Who sings that song? You know, for example, that song by Four Non-Blondes. You know what song I'm talking about?
Maybe. I knew about it.
It's called Hey, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that song.
Yeah. I said, hi, what's going on? So if we heard that song, we could be like, yo, who the hell sings that? I mean, now you got Shazam, you got
all that.
You got just Google.
You got everything.
Now you got a generation of children that are growing up. My son's report card, his best grade is in computer class. And it's hard because, you know, he's very into the computers and the tablets and the games and, you know, but it's also, we're in a society where my kid can't go out and play like we used to.
Why not?
Why?
Play.
People are different. This neighborhoods that we live in now.
Yeah,
there's sick people. Yeah, there were sick people back then, but it wasn't. There was nothing like there is now.
Yeah, because now with the whole lot, there's people like stalking you and like right out. They can know what they can track you. They know.
Yeah.
And it's really sad though. It really pisses me off. I don't know if we're allowed to curse on this show or not, but it really
You can
does.
say whatever the fuck we want.
I said, but it really does because the CIA is supposed to be watching us to make sure everybody's okay. But what about the other people that are bad, that are actually the real hackers and they're watching shit?
Angelo, you think
they're not watching? They don't care. They don't.
You think the government gives a shit about a child? Now I don't want to say
they don't really. They don't.
They give a shit about a child predator. They're looking for
yeah, like people who are around
something that will cause
like terrorists and shit.
They're
like
looking
that.
for something that's going to affect their
they're
flow
people.
of cash.
Yeah, they're people. Basically, they're people. That's what it's about.
They're protecting the cash flow and the business of the United States. They look.
Who's in it now?
How do you tell me?
So
How do you tell me a guy who brings in, 20 pounds of weed gets 30 years in jail or 30 to life?
Gets more than a child molester.
But a child molester is out of jail in 5 years.
It's nothing. He gets nothing. He gets a walk in the park. A walk in the park, basically. It's like he runs down the street, comes back, and he's free. Basically,
so how the hell
that's what he gets.
How the hell do you figure that to make sense?
That is so sick, boy.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Now, this is 7 years in the making again, this show with you, and I'm here with you, and I'm enjoying this. Every moment of it is
supposed to be a laughing matter, but that stuff ain't no laughing matter.
This is not a laughing matter.
That subject is no laughing matter.
It makes me sick because we both have children now. We're both separated, and we don't see our kids as much as we'd like to, and this was out of our control.
And it gets sickening too, because you don't know. You could be there, they could live with you, and you send them to school, and you don't even know. They could be outside playing. You don't even know what
I'm in the house. Yeah. And got my son ready to go. Got him in the car, took him to school. Now, you let him out at a certain point in the school, and he gets out by himself and goes to his class.
What happens after that?
Now, there are teachers lined up to direct the children where to go. Well, what if my son makes a turn and gets out by himself?
Yeah, what if you don't know? You just
are all of the doors guarded?
You don't know.
I don't know.
But it's not the point of what's going on outside. There could be stuff going inside the school too.
Well, there's a lot happening inside the school
and that's what I've been reading articles about too.
I'm not happy about.
That's what I'm saying.
The school system he's in. I'll be honest with you. When I had my parent-teacher conference, it was rushed. I was given.
They don't care.
I was given 10 minutes.
You know why they don't care? Because they don't get paid enough, so they don't even care what happens.
I was given 10 minutes.
They don't care.
I was told by my son's teacher, he's doing great. He's showing much improvement. Here's his report card. This is where he needs to improve, but he's an angel. He's got the biggest heart out of all the kids in the class. He's the sweetest kid. You know something? That means a lot to me. I would love for him to be much more powerful academically, but if he is a nasty little bully and he's doing great academically, to me,
it's no good.
I've failed.
It's like the same. It's like you're losing one way.
My son has a good heart. He's got common sense, and he can always learn on his academics. You can't teach someone.
You can't change their attitude.
You can't teach someone to be kind-hearted.
You can't.
You can't teach someone to have a good heart.
They learn what they see. That's why.
And it's based.
He looks at you.
It's a faith-based.
He sees a good person. He becomes a good person.
That's right.
That's basically what it is.
It's a faith-based.
If you were nasty, he would be nasty. If you were like arguing with people and just being strictly rude, he would say, "Oh look, my dad's rude. I'm gonna do that."
That's right. And you know what? It's also based on faith.
That's what he'll think.
I take my children to church. Not every Sunday, but I take them to church and I pray and I try to talk to him about everything he sees. He asks questions about who's this, who's that.
You're always gonna ask questions.
And I do my best to fill in my son on the faith that I have and teach him that, if you base your life on some sort of a faith and you follow guidelines for discipline, you're gonna be a good person. A man is not defiled by what he puts in his mouth. So you could eat things, you could drink things, if you still have a good heart and maintain a good way of life and do things the right way, listen, if somebody comes home every night and has a beer just to relax, they're considered an alcoholic because they have to have a beer every night, okay? Yes.
I don't know.
But
yes, if they need it.
Technically, they're an alcoholic because eventually they're gonna need it.
And there's some people that drink. Oh, I'm gonna drink 5-6 beers and I'm not an alcoholic. So like, you're an alcoholic.
But then you have people who drink once every few months or whatever. But when they drink, they binge drink and they get crazy and act stupid.
They go non-stop, and that's why they got stopped.
And they turn into another person.
Yeah, and that's basically an alcoholic too.
But that's a troublesome person, and that's a person who's defiling themselves by their actions.
When they need this certain poison to put in them, they become good, or they need it to calm them down.
No.
Or they just need it in their mind.